What's going on? It's your boy Combat Manny. Both our co-main and our main event have made weight. Mitch Blood Green under the middleweight limit. And Piers Morgan, just absolutely a mammoth of a man at 278 in the heavyweight division. But we start off with Ryen Valencia versus Carl Hudson at lightweight.
It's about to go down, fight night. It's time to throw down, fighters to the ring. The Bangkok Palace is where we at, under promotion of EA Sports World of Boxing. This bout is your EA Sports main event, scheduled for 10 rounds in the lightweight division. Now for the fighters of tonight's fight. Introducing first from Pomona, California, Pretty Boy. Opponent from Sacramento, California, Untouchable. Oh yeah!
I want to welcome everybody to the Morgan versus Lay card. And what a way to start off with the undercard of such a magnitude. We got Ryen Valencia versus Hudson. And I'm not going to lie. If you have never seen Ryen Valencia before, I just want to say do not blink. This kid has star potential written all over him. Okay? His ability to make his opponents miss. The power he has in both hands. He's really good at reading his opponents and finding their patterns like very quickly. Very quickly. So I just want to tell you, man. He's next up. Lightweight got a lot of dudes. They got Mosley, they got Mike Ancho, you know. There's Roberto Duran. Arturo Gotti. There's a lot of tough dudes in the lightweight division. So, you know, in a sequence like that where Hudson was able to tag him with a couple of shots and, you know what I'm saying? He's going to have to really be on top of his game and can't let, you know, those little mistakes like that where he gets parried with a jab, you know, that could be detrimental for somebody like Sugar Shane Mosley. But on this level, it's perfectly fine for him to get his bones off. You know, work on some patterns, work on pattern recognition, and counterpunching. His counterpunching is just ridiculous, as he just counters with a straight right there. Oh, you get caught with an uppercut. Sometimes he bends his head down there and he gets caught with an uppercut. Stuff like that got to get cleaned up. But, I mean, his power is just crazy for, I think he's 23, 24, maybe. And his power is grown man power already. So Hudson doesn't look like he has much Hudson doesn't look like he has much give for him already. So like I said, do not blink. Hudson's hurt. Hudson's eye is getting all swelled up. Couple of jabs by Valencia. Hudson is cut. I've seen a couple of those punches by Valencia hurt Hudson, and a little bit of blood came flying off of his face. I mean, come on. Who you think won that round? I got Valencia all day, every day. Oh, goodness. As we watch some of the highlights, Jesus Christ, Ryen.
Look, now this jump's taking the lead. Hey, fool this chump with a feint or two, and I bet he'll offer up an opening. He's walking away with this thing. Are you gonna go out there and show him who's boss or what?
Here we go with round number 2.
Round number 2. Oh, right. Oh, shit. Ryan gets caught with an uppercut, but he returns with a combination of his own. Little jab cross combinations to the body. Jab hook by Ryan. Hudson is doing a good job of countering some of these shots with uppercuts and hooks of his own. So Ryan has to be careful. He can't just, go out and wing hooks with him. If he goes out and wings hooks, he may get it may be a short night. He may be finding himself woken up in the back room. We're in Bangkok, Thailand. When we start off the fight, we're in a couple of different locations for this card. We got Thailand, we got New York. We all over the country, all over the globe. And I'm glad to be here with you guys. Ryan is doing a really good job. Now he's pumping the jab. He started off with like a couple of hooks, a couple of power shots, and then he noticed that Hudson is doing a good job of countering a lot of those shots. So now he's starting to work off the jab, jab straight, and then when he finds those subtle opportunities and he got Hudson against the rope, then he can throw the hooks. See, he's already figured out a game plan. He had a game plan to begin with, as you can tell, but he figured out another game plan to adjust with what Hudson was doing. Hudson had a really good, Hudson was really good at counter punching. You could tell his speed was really up there, and Ryan had to adjust, and he's really adjust well. As Hudson is completely on his back foot, retreating this entire second half of this fight. Hudson looked like he's hurt. Hudson needs to either clinch or he needs to do a better job evading Ryan, because Ryan is cutting off the ring crazy. His front foot pressure has Hudson hurt. Hudson needs to do something here. Oh my God, Hudson gets dropped. Absolutely ragdolls to the ground. With a little jab. The jab was a throwaway punch, and Hudson just leaned right into the rear hook. Devastating combination. Let's see if Hudson can get back up. All right, Hudson gets up at 8. I don't know. It looks like it's all downhill from here. Hudson's still retreating. Ryan not really advancing like he was. He's waiting for Hudson to paint himself in the corner and then going after him. Jab and move, jab. See, somebody on a higher level, if they would notice that Ryan is doing that little jab and dip to the left, jab, dip to the left. Somebody of a higher caliber, more of a Shane Mosley caliber champion at this in this weight class, after that jab, dip to the left, he would probably get a caught with a hook or uppercut. But then again, maybe he would notice that he's doing that, get caught one time, and put that in the memory bank and be like, hey, we ain't gonna do that no more.
That's what we're here for, son. We'll have you looking like new in no time. Look, I got a feeling this chump's got a chin of porcelain. Hit him up top. It's all yours, baby, all yours. Keep up the good work out there.
It's round 3. Let's get it on.
Round 3. I feel like Ryan is up 2-0 after these. Well, obviously he won the first one. He got Hudson hurt and dropped him in the second round, and he's looking for more destruction in this round. He's not. He seems to have figured out that he's not going to just chase Hudson around the ring and try to just paint him in the corner, because Hudson is really doing a really good job with lateral movement. Getting out after he gets caught in the corner like how he is, Ryan isn't keeping him there for a significant amount of time as he's doing right now. Maybe I should just shut his mouth. Hudson needs to move. Hudson is getting hurt here. Ryan is going high and low as Hudson's corner pleads for him to move. Ryan gives him a couple of straight jabs right there. Jab with the lead left hook. That's absolutely a vicious, vicious problem. Hudson is constantly moving to that side, but I think he's trying to stay away from Valencia's power hand. But, I mean, if you watch any Valencia tape, Valencia is not really one to throw the rear hook. He'll throw it, but you know, he's knocked a lot of guys out, walking them into that lead hook. He'll jab you, and then once you take that, you know, that step to your right, he's jab you. As Hudson gets knocked down again. Jesus, Ryen.
If he continues to get up, he's a champ. If he stays down, he's a chump.
Let's see what Ryen has. Is Ryen down and done for good? Or is Ryen going to get back up? I mean, not Ryen. Excuse me. Hudson. Excuse me. Not Ryen. Ryen got his ass knocked down. Ryen did not get his ass. Oh, what am I saying? Ryen did not get his ass knocked down. Ryen knocked Hudson's ass down. And now he's trying a little bit of a high guard trap to see if he could get Hudson to draw out some punches of his own. Throwing a couple of jabs and then, you know, putting up the high guard to see if he can get Hudson to throw at his high guard and then be able to counter off of it. But Hudson is just so tentative at this point that he really doesn't want to engage at all. Ryan's just going to stay right in the middle of the ring as he gets caught with an uppercut there. But
only 10 left.
I think at this point he wants to draw out Hudson's offense so that way he can counter and lay him down again. He doesn't really want to chase. That's some. I mean, he's 24, 23, 24, and he's showing maturity like this on this level. It's scary.
You hear me?
Absolutely scary.
Don't rush this thing. Take your time in there, all right? Ain't no one
Eventually, you know,
These clowns walking
hey,
all over you.
eventually he's going to have to take a step up in competition. But, I mean, this is a step up already. This guy is higher in the division than he is, and he's putting on an absolute masterclass. You know, sometimes they have fights where they can, you know, fight somebody that's, you know, lower in the ranks for more money, but Ryen chose to fight Hudson. He chose to go up against Hudson as he throws a very looping right hand roundhouse, a little roundhouse hook. Ryen has chosen a lot of these competition boosters, and you know, he showed up. He showed up every single time. He's in, you know, for the majority of those fights, he's gotten the knockout. I think with his 26 fights, 24 fights, he's got 22 knockouts. So, you know, there's only a couple of people who's withstood his power, and they was, you know, doing this exact same thing where they was, you know, trying not to get knocked out. Hudson is trying to do the same thing. He's just trying to survive as he throws a lead uppercut there that sends Ryan's head back. But Ryen is just throwing an onslaught, throwing the left and right jab as he misses two hooks there. As he tries a little high guard trap, tries to throw up the high guards to entice Hudson to throw. But like I said, Hudson is really tentative at this point as he throws a couple of jabs to try to soften Hudson up. A little flick jabs. Try to freeze Hudson's movement. I mean, Hudson's constantly moving, constantly, you know, circling around the ring. I think a couple of those jabs by Valencia could kind of freeze his feet and then get him in a better position to land bigger shots like how he does right now. He's landed a couple of those jabs and then got Hudson in a position where Hudson thought that he was in a good mood, thought he was in a good position where he could possibly move in and out or move away, but he got him stuck. A couple of jabs there, got him stuck. And then a combination drops him. Beautiful. Beautiful combinations by Valencia. Oh, my gosh. Prospect on this level should not be having knockouts like this. But, I mean, me personally, I think he's level for the upper echelon. We'll see. Can Hudson get back up? It doesn't look like it. 10, he's out. Hudson is knocked out. Another knockout for Ryen Valencia. Ugh, this kid has a lot of things on the horizon, and maybe he should be headlining the card of his own and not on a Piers Morgan undercard. Congratulations to Ryen Valencia and his team. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Bored? Stupid? How about a fulfilling career as a stunt double? To break into Vinewood, you just might have to break through a windshield. Cunning Stunt Academy is San Andreas' oldest accredited stunt school. We have classes in high-speed accidents, taking a baseball bat to the face, getting shot, knifed in the back, falling off a building on fire, and getting run over. If you make it through our course, you are ready for the big screen.
Make dull and vain famous people look cool by dressing up as them and risking your life and future health. Then, have your face digitally removed on a green screen.
The Cunning Stunt Academy trains women too. Ooh. Have a nice rack? Vinewood needs stunt tits to show when an A-list celebrity is too bashful or has pancake nipples. The Cunning Stunt Academy. Fame, it's worth any price.
I'm Todd Grisham. Welcome to the one and only Brooklyn Hall. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
Time for our tale of the tape. Katie Taylor. She's 5'5" tall with a reach of 66.1 inches. And she'll be facing Terry Belter Harper. She fights in the lightweight division, weighing in at 60.8 kilos, 174 centimeters tall, with a reach of 165.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
Introducing first, it's Katie Taylor, one of the best to ever do it, fighting out of Ireland. Terry Belter Harper. She fights out of England and won the IBO title back in 2019.
It'll be ding-ding from first bout. They're off.
The fighters are in the ring. It's time for the official introductions. Here's the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Bray, Ireland, she became the 8th boxer in history to hold all 4 world titles, a 2-division world champion, and an undisputed women's lightweight champion of the world. Simply the best, Katie Taylor. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Yorkshire, England, here is a women's super featherweight champion of the world, introducing Terry Belter Harper.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
You know, look at the stars, ex-fighters, ex-champions ringside. You've got future opponents, past opponents. That's what these fights do. That's what these venues do.
These two have certainly talked. What a fight we expect.
With the next fight on the card, we got Katie Taylor versus Terry Harper. I'm not going to lie. This fight is kind of the more relaxed fight on the card. So, if you have any concessions you want to grab, I'd probably grab it during this fight. The only fight on the card that I feel like both participants didn't really give it their all and try to, go for gusto. But, hey, you can't expect every single fight on the card to be a bloody mess. People getting stitches, people unconscious, people being knocked out the ring, people in the first row catching heads. You can't always expect that. So, sometimes you get fight like this. So, if you would like to get some concessions, I'd probably say do that now. Go to the bathroom, things of that nature. But, we have Katie Taylor going up against Terry Harper in a lightweight fight. I feel like Terry Harper kind of came in here with a game plan to, I guess, bait out Katie on a lot of these larger shots and then be able to have some well-placed combinations in between and, possibly hurt Katie and maybe finish her. But, as we skip ahead into the fight, because we're not going to be watching this whole fight, it didn't actually work out that well for her. She tried to, throw a couple of punches here and there in spurts, but, I think Katie is just really good at making a fight go to her speed, her timing, and in her basically she wants everything to go to her level, And as an expert boxer, that's really what you want. You don't want anything to be any faster or any slower than what you want. You want to throw punches when you want to throw punches. You want to advance when you want to advance, and you want to move backwards when you want to move backwards. And Terry Harper not throwing punches basically let Katie basically pick where she wanted to throw her shots, when she wanted to throw shots, when she wanted to be aggressive, when she wanted to lay off the gas. And I think Terry could have came up with a better game plan. Maybe had she been a little bit more aggressive and gave Katie something to think about, as Katie lands a couple of punches there, but most of them are blocked. I feel like had she been giving her a little bit more volume and some more things to think about, Katie probably would have been overwhelmed and not been able to throw punches well timed and well placed like how she was, and it may have been a different story. But Terry Harper is just trying to stay in a high guard, trying to block all of the incoming shots, and for the most part, I don't know if you could win a fight that way. A couple of times, she throws off a couple of shots there, a couple of combinations there, but she gets countered with a nice 1-2 by Katie. So, Katie throws a little power straight and then tries to throw a little check hook off of it to try to anticipate some return fire, but Terry Harper has no return fire. So up, a little lead left hook by Katie. Katie with the jab to the body, a hook upstairs. See, and this is basically all that Terry has. All that Terry has for the majority of the fight. It's like she, I'm not quite sure what she thought was going to happen with this game plan. Maybe if she had clinched a couple of times and, I don't know, probably pushed Katie against the ropes, that probably would have wore Katie down and she wouldn't have had that much in the gas tank towards the end of the fight. As if she didn't really have that much at the end of the fight to begin with, but still. As we go into the third, we see Katie is leading 2 rounds to 1. The 1 round, I feel like she kind of won the first round, which is kind of weird to me. But, you can't be mad, right? You can't be mad. Because, that's just that's the referee's scorecard. The actual scorecard is, from the judges. So what the referee sees may not be exactly what everybody else sees, because sometimes he's a little bit too close to the action where he doesn't actually know what's going on. So, he's like, hey, if I give out this scorecard, maybe people may think that I know what I'm talking about. No, you don't. You know exactly what you're talking about. As we skip ahead into the action, nice little counter punch by Katie. As we move ahead to the 5th round, Katie comes out with a lead left hook, couple of jabs straight to the body, and this is the most boring fight on the card. I can promise you that. It looks like we're going to go all 10 rounds at this pace. As Terry Harper throws a couple of combinations, most of them blocked, and Katie evades that lead uppercut. stuff like that could help Terry. This is Terry's most active round, and this is not really much. Looks like Katie's trying to get a couple of shots off, but you know, let's go to a commercial break.
Don't miss the next episode of Organ Farm, where contestants abduct illegal immigrants to get the life-saving transplant they need. It's heartwarming reality TV. Organ Farm, Thursdays on Weasel.
Welcome back to New York Arena. We have round 6, Katie Taylor versus Terry Harper. And it's more of the same, where Terry Harper is, you know, not throwing as many punches, and Katie Taylor's throwing all the punches. What I'm trying to figure out what exactly beautiful counterpunch by Katie, and she just stays right in the pocket and doesn't doesn't move from her square. She threw a beautiful counterpunch and stayed right in the pocket. And Terry didn't make her pay. Like she had her head right on the center line. But I'm trying to think, like, what exactly can Terry do with this offense, with this offensive strategy to be able to beat Katie at her own game? And I can't really think of anything besides, I guess, she could be making her miss more. I mean, if Katie's doing all of the offense, you know, instead of coming into the pocket and just having your high guard and letting punches land on your guard, you should probably be, you know, coming into the pocket with a jab, obviously. And once Katie starts throwing punches, just, you know, slightly move out of the pocket and let Katie whiff. And then you can be able to counterpunch off of that. But even if you don't want to counterpunch off of that, right? Say you don't want to counterpunch off of that as we advance to the 7th round, and Terry actually had her kind of hurt at the end of that round. But even if, let's say, you don't want to counterpunch after, you know, Katie whiffs and you enter the pocket, what can you do, right? You can decide to make a chase. As we see, it looks like Terry gets cut here. Katie hits her with a rear hook. Trying to be she's in a little bit of a fancy footwork here, and she hits her with a rear hook, and yes, Terry is bleeding. That cut looks a little bit bad, but and it is right above the eye, it's not below the eye, so that could possibly hurt Terry's vision. But Katie, with a little bit of loose movement there, she catches Terry coming into the pocket with no jab, not moving her head, and she cuts her there. So that's what I'm saying. If she doesn't want to come in, with the jab, or she doesn't want to make her pay with some counter punches, maybe just make her whiff, and then that'll drag down her stamina, and in turn she can get her shots off because there's not going to be much power to Katie's punches at that point. Katie's not going to be able to follow her around the ring as proficient, and then she may be a more of a stationary target that she can facilitate offense and not have to counterpunch. She can start leading the dance. But now Katie looks like she's just head hunting and she's just looking for that eye. The eye's already been cut, and Katie just wants to be a little demon and just advance and hurt that cut even more. And Katie just sits in her corner and she looks perfectly fine, not breathing heavy. She doesn't have any cuts, any bruises, and you go over to Terry's corner and absolutely blood massacre. So, as we look at the card from our referee, he says that he has Katie in front, only losing 2 rounds. I don't see where Katie lost any rounds, but I guess she didn't just whitewash her. But that's the problem with boxing, They give out sympathy rounds here and there, and you shouldn't do that. If somebody's whipping their ass for all 10 rounds, it should be 190. That's it, plain and simple, or 190. Because I can't math. I believe that's what a scorecard would be if it was 10-9 for 10 rounds straight. But they decide that sometimes they want to give you pity rounds. And, you know, at the end of, maybe at the end of the fourth or the fifth, she may have had her hurt. So you can kind of give her the round. She stole that round. But I can't say that, as Katie is just showboating her little behind off. She's starting to humiliate Terry at this point. Now she's just humiliating Terry at this point. She throws a little feint there. I guess, you know, she's trying to goat Terry into throwing some punches, trying to get Terry angry, but it's not doing the job.
You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Good job by Katie. I just don't see it. I don't see any way in which Terry could turn this around. You know? Terry is, let's see, unanimous decision by Katie Taylor, as we all thought. Let's just call a spade a spade. Terry got whipped for 10 rounds straight. Our main card is coming up. We have our co-main event. Let's hear from some sponsors, and we'll get right to that.
Pablo Rebazar makes $28 million a year. Dwayne Aller makes $35 million a year. You make $10 an hour. Failure this deep calls for a deep, slow-brewed beer. Lager, the official beer of American baseball. These guys are at the top of their game. You're at the bottom. Relive your glory days. Have a lager.
As we turn our attention over to Japan, we have our co-main event, Mitch Blood Green. Going up against a 10 non-ranked Sanchi Hasoda. Now this fight is kind of interesting because Mitch Green has been, you know, shot up to the top of the division at middleweight in Japan at a rather, you know, quick rate. He's won a couple of tournaments, and in turn, I think that made his handlers and his trainers think that he was ready for a title shot. So they put him in lines for a title shot, and although he looked somewhat good to start the fight, the champ, was it? At the champ, who was it at the time? Was it Yuzo Kyoto? He literally showed why he was the champ. He showed in every aspect why he's 100% better than Mitch. And with this fight, I feel like, you know, Mitch's handlers are trying to give him a little bit of a soft touch, try to get his confidence back. And an opponent like Soda is definitely gonna do that for him. Soda's not really that high in the ranks. I don't think he's actually ranked at all. He's just outside the ranks, and you know, his record isn't fantastic. So, you know, this should be a rather easy fight for Mitch. Calling it what it is, you know. You never want to give it a spoiler and absolutely, you know, downgrade the opponent. But you know, in a situation like this where, you know, you want your fighter to get back on track, you kind of give him more of a softer touch. And that's not to say that Soda can't knock him out, because it 100% can happen. But the likelihood that it will happen is a lot lower than if he was to go back into the top 10 and try to get right back at it and try to, ask for another title shot again. So I think they're doing the right thing by giving him a fight like this. Let him land a good 50% of his punches, get his confidence back, build his body up. He's only like in his early 20s, so he has a long way to go in his career. Him and Ryen Valencia, I believe, are around the same age, so those kids are really young. They have very promising careers, but you have to take it one day at a time and one fight at a time. Back to the action at Karukin Hall for round 2. That was an absolutely dominant first round by Mitch Green. Now it looks like he's going to be a little bit more aggressive now, trying to apply a little bit of front foot pressure to Soda. But Soda's not no chump. Soda's definitely doing his best job at counterpunching, and Mitch is getting caught flush with a lot of these shots, so he needs to take his time, he needs to relax, and eventually things are going to come. Beautiful jabs by Mitch. Soda's trying to do a little bit of a rope-a-dope. It looks like he's trying to fight off the ropes with Mitch with a couple of good jabs and then a straight to follow it up. Keeps him right in the same place as they exchange jabs right there. That's what I'm saying. Mitch has to be a little bit careful with these shots. I know he's trying to engage a little bit more. I think he feels Soda's pressure. He sees Soda's as he gets caught by 2 straight punches that he could have easily evaded. I think he knows that Soda's kind of slow. Soda probably doesn't have as much power as he does, and that he could probably take a couple of punches. But, like we were saying with Valencia earlier, these young guys, they get these bad habits early as he tries to go to the body. A nice jab to the body. Nice little level change straight to the body. They get these bad habits. And they get these fucking bad habits, and then eventually over time, like, they don't drill it out of themselves. So they end up fighting a world champ, or they end up fighting a champ that's regional, and it doesn't end up being the same. So sometimes from the start you have to drill the fundamentals. You have to do things right. You have to be on top of your game, and then. Then once you have all of the fundamentals 100% like drilled down, then you could be, fancy and you could be funny. Nice 1-2 by Mitch right there. Mitch is doing a really good job. Mitch is he's evading punches really well. A lot of these punches he was evading by Yuzo too in the championship fight, but Yuzo knew what punches to throw and when. His punch selection was amazing. So even though Mitch may have been quicker, he timed him and hit him with a power punch and knocked him out of, unfortunately. But Mitch is showing a lot of poise here. He's showing a lot of patience now. A loss to do that to you. After you get humbled and think that your shit don't stink and you ready for a world championship and you get humbled, you start to go back to the square road, to the square, And then, that makes you a lot better of a fighter at that point. Because you're like, damn, I don't want to get embarrassed again. If I end up getting embarrassed again, I'm going to be highly upset. So, you're like, I've already, and then sometimes it's like I've already been embarrassed. So, I'm not afraid to get knocked down or dropped because I've already been knocked the fuck out. So, now all of those jitters and those nerves that you was bringing into the ring to begin with, like, oh, what if I get knocked out? What if I get embarrassed in front of everybody? That's gone. You've already been knocked out in front of everybody. So, hey, let's take a little minute and let's hear from our sponsors.
Give the 99% what they really deserve. Avarice. Something to aspire to. The new Serrano. Luxury reasserted.
As we welcome you back for round 4, it looks like Mitch is trying to find a home for that uppercut. Up as he finds it right there. He's breaking him down very well. He's doing a really good job of breaking him down. Soda doesn't really look like he has a lot of prowess when it comes to technique, when it comes to his resume, and it's starting to show. It looks like Mitch is just standing right in front of him. He has his distance like perfect as he drops him with a straight. He had his distance perfect, like well set up, like where he really didn't have to move anything but his torso, and then he just returned fire with a straight and dropped Soda. Soda looks to be up. He's going to get a nice standing 8 count. And Mitch just advances right to him. Weaves Soda's hook and returns a hook. Jab, 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 straight. Three straight punches land on Soda. Couple of combinations land right on Soda, and these are counterpunch combinations at that. He's, Soda's throwing a jab, throwing a straight, and then Mitch is pulling and countering and throwing a couple of shots off of the pull counters as he's got Soda right in the corner, and he's dropped him again. Dropped Soda again. He was applying so much pressure, and Soda couldn't do anything. He was trying to fight back, but he wasn't. He should have been moving his feet. As he makes the standing 8 count, Mitch is right on top of him again, aggressive. Mitch looks like he has him as we got 10 seconds left. Mitch lands the uppercut. Mitch gets him back in the corner, a couple of jabs, and that's time. See, man, Mitch definitely has his number. It's only a matter of time. This is another one of those don't blink fights where, hey, if you've never seen a Mitch Green fight, he's either getting his ass knocked out or he's knocking somebody's ass out. And that's what you like to see. Unless you're a Mitch Green fan. Then in that case, you don't want to see his ass get knocked out. You want to see him doing all the knocking out. But it's only been once. It's only been once that he's lost, And who's to say? He may lose again. But if he fights like this where he's anticipating punches and, oh my God, counter punching, even with a guy that has a high guard like that, usually, high guards would be a difficult thing to break down because, they trying to cover up really tight and, it's kind of hard for you to land certain shots. You have to, really find those openings and find those angles, as we saw with the Katie Taylor fight. Terry Harper was really tight in that high guard, and Katie just had to, figure out a way on how to land those punches around the guard, or wait till there's a hook, as 2 hooks land. You see, as Soda throws those really wide hooks, he's leaving openings in his guard. He's not bringing his hands back fast enough, and Mitch is able to knock him down with an uppercut. Beautiful uppercut, well placed, well timed. Soda looks to be up and ready. He's going to get a mandatory 8 count. We get back to the action. Soda's going to have to do something here. I don't know what exactly he's going to have to figure out for this game plan, but This is not going to cut it. He's going to have to, I don't know, man. I feel like again, the jabs are literally like your saving grace at times, you know? A lot of people, they abandon their jabs. They just walk forward as Soda gets dropped with the lead left hook. Absolutely tortures Soda. Let's see if he can get back up. That was close. That was close. Soda gets up at 9. But Soda is very hurt. You can tell. You can tell he's hurt. It took him a really long time to get up. And, yeah, he limped back to to his corner. And it didn't look good. Soda's going to have to take into account some things. Soda's going to have to try to figure out, you know, whether he's going to try to clinch, whether he's going to just try to jab and run, try to win on points. But, you know, he's definitely hurt. 100% hurt. As Mitch gets some words of advice from his trainer. Look at Hoist Soda. Hoist Soda's face, you can see that he's really, really hurt. He's up. He's in that high guard, barely running to come out of the corner. Still against the rope, very tentative. It's really looking like the beginning of the end here. Hoist Soda has to do something here, or he's going to be in for it. He's going to be in for a long night. Mitch with a couple of jabs. Nice jabs by Mitch. So he sort of misses the uppercut. He misses the lead uppercut, and he's getting made pay for it by Mitch. Mitch with a couple of shots to the body. Good straight right there. Jab, jab, jab. 3 straight jabs and a hook just for Hoist Soda's trouble. Hoist Soda catches him. He throws a little feint, and then he lands a rear hook of his own, but he gets return hooked. Now Mitch is throwing a little bit of that rear uppercut. 3 straight jabs lands as Hoist Soda finally puts up his guard. Mitch throws 3, 4, 5 straight jabs, and then a jab straight. Jab, straight, jab, and that knocks down Hoist Soda again. Hoist Soda tries to throw one last ditch effort as he was dropping, but even that Mitch was able to avoid. Amazing. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to get up. Yeah, he doesn't make the count, and Mitch seems enthusiastic. Let's check our sponsors.
The apocalypse is coming. Will it be aliens, zombies, or a global financial meltdown? Whatever it is, you need to be prepared.
Get your complete apocalypse kit at Ammunition. Contains foodstuffs and alcohol for 3 months. A massive array of armaments. Cartons of cigarettes to trade with roadside wanderers. The apocalypse kit contains birth control, so you don't create any more mouths to feed. Pornography. Water purifier so you can drink your own urine. And cyanide pills so you can go out like a man. When 1 million zombies come running over the hill, you'll be really pissed you didn't buy enough bullets. Don't dial 911, dial 357. Ammunition, protecting your rights.
And now, heavyweight title match. 12-round match.
What's going on, everybody? We got some heavyweight world title match. We got Bernard or Berand Lay? We got Berand Lay versus the heavyweight champ of the world, 3-time unified champ, Piers Morgan. It should be a fun one. Lay is the #1 contender in the WBO. This is
United States, Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem.
Let me just be quiet for the national anthem. All right, that's enough of that. This is Piers' newly crowned title. He recently won that crown from I believe it was Anthony Mackie. I can't quite recall what his first name was, but he received the title from Mackie, and now this is his first defense of the title. He's defended his other two titles 13 and 12 times respectively, for 25 title defenses so far, which I believe puts him number 2 to only Joe Louis for heavyweight title defenses. Absolutely amazing. As a lead left hook, just absolutely smokes Lay. Lay had to get his bearings right there. Piers Morgan is a very, very powerful man. As you can see, those aren't beach muscles. Every one of those muscles do something, and they give him a lot of power and a lot of fucking wherewithal to knock out his opponents, as he sent Lay smoking across the ring again with the rear hook. Piers Morgan, he's not one of those big counter punches. He likes to well place. Oh, as he gets absolutely starched by a straight by Lay. Morgan can't be lax. You know, every one of these guys at this level has power. So, you know, just because you're the world champ, don't mean that you can't get your chin rocked. Yep, as he gets caught with a straight again. Lay is doing a really good job of positioning himself. Even though, albeit slow, he's positioning himself and waiting until he gets to the correct position to throw the punch and hurt Morgan, as Morgan lands 3 straight jabs. More like as I was saying, oh, good combination by Lay, sends Morgan back, and that's all from the ropes, and Morgan returns the favor with a couple of jabs. They miss a couple of shots, and Morgan with the uppercut right there. Morgan isn't that much of a counter, I mean, not a counter puncher, but a combination puncher, but when it comes to that jab, he'll flick that jab out in order to set up a couple of power straights and, you know, lead left hooks. So, you know, don't get it twisted. Just because he's not throwing a lot, he'll lull you to sleep with that jab, and then before you know it, that power straight is coming right down the pike, and then next thing you know, you're on the canvas getting counted up to. Another thing, he'll use that jab as well, and he'll, like, you know, pour it out there, lull you to sleep, and then once you go to, like, make that move, you know, people usually like to maneuver to the left away from the rear hook, but once you go and you know, maneuver away from that rear hook to that left, that lead hook is devastating. That's knocked out plenty of men on his rise to unified champ, as Morgan showcases some really good head movement there. A couple of those jabs, a couple of those throwaway jabs as he get straight to the body that doubles him over. Nice jab straight by Lay, as Lay eats a jab though. Jab, good straight. The jab straight miss, but up that straight lands. A couple of these shots are hurting Piers. Usually you don't see Piers getting hurt like that when it comes to a lot of these punches, but Piers is showing that you know, in his old age, you know, he can't take up. Oh, that punch to the body definitely doubled him over in pain. He spits out his mouthpiece. You can tell in Pierce's old age that you know, these shots are a lot more damaging than what they were when he was coming up in his career. You know, maybe he put on the muscles. The muscles is a recent addition after working with some new trainers. Maybe the muscles could be to compensate his you know, his punch resistance and ability to take punches at this age, as he gets his head knocked back with a straight. This is a good round for Lay. I really like this round for Lay. It definitely had Piers moving around, and he was definitely on the back foot. Amazing round for Lay. Lay showing that he's not just a pushover. Piers Morgan only lands 22% of his punches in that round, and, you know, that definitely shows he was off kilter there. For every couple of punches that he was missing, Lay was definitely returning and sending Piers Morgan head flying back, sending blood flying all over the canvas. So I think Piers is going to have to take this one seriously, batten down the hatches, and pick his shots a little bit better. Can't keep winging shots and missing and getting hurt. Well, jab straight jab. Ballet misses. Jab hits Piers, doubles him over. Piers trying to really take his time now. Piers trying to place that jab and move around and get the right angle. Instead of going tit for tat with Lay, he said that now he wants a well placed. He wants his shots to be well placed as he throws the jab and parries the jab away. So it looks like he's very methodical, taking his time. Hasn't really landed a shot left, but he's measuring. Oh, that lead hook got him right where he wanted him. Up, rear hook, lead hook, 2 straight lead hooks. Hurts Lay. See, that's what I'm saying. He'll measure you and blow you to sleep. He throw a couple of jabs and none of them hit nothing. And then once you think like, oh, he's gonna throw another one of those jabs as Lay snaps Morgan's head back. You think, oh, those jabs aren't really gonna do nothing. And then next thing you know, that lead hook hurts you. Lay's moving a little bit slow, but that counter straight hurt Piers Morgan. Even though Lay is moving slowly, he's moving very methodically. And when he gets his feet set and Morgan thinks that it's his turn to go, he'll drop his hands and he'll throw something right down the pipe and hurt Morgan, drop his head back. I think that uppercut hurt Lay. Lay looked like he got a little bit hurt from that. I seen his eyes roll a little bit after that shot. I think we need to be a little bit cautious here. Lay has to be careful. He's been hit with a couple of shots that they've knocked down lesser opponents in quicker time. But Lay's putting on a really good performance now. He's fighting back, making sure that Piers also feels him. There's a lot of dudes that when they go up against a champion of Pierce's stature, they just, lay down and don't fight anymore. They just accept the defeat. But Lay is throwing some really hard punches back, and he's snapping Morgan's head back. Round 4, and Morgan comes out very aggressive. I think Morgan knows that he hurt Lay that last round. And he's coming out really aggressive, putting him in the corner, moving in and out with the jab. Doing a really good job of maintaining distance and controlling the distance. He wants Lay right where he wants him, and he wants to make sure that Lay is not advancing. If Lay advances, you take a little half step, double step back, and advance and take all of the space away from Lay once Lay advances. Lay goes up against the rope, and Pierce follows him right to the ropes. Good combination by Piers. Couple of missed shots by both men. Good jab by Piers. Uppercut miss. Couple of jabs by Piers. Not really all of them land, but a couple of land. Good uppercut by Piers. Piers is taking his time, picking his shots wisely. There goes that lead hook. Lead hook straight. Oh, good combination, and that hurt him. That hurt him. That combination hurt. Let's see if Lay's going to be able to get up after that. Oh, it doesn't look good. There's no movement from Lay. Lay has been knocked out by Piers Morgan, 3-time unified heavyweight champion of the world. I just want to thank everybody for coming to the card, for sitting through a couple of snoozers, and hey, coming out for some great night of boxing. I've been your host, Combat Manny. Suck it easy.